ready to feel the wind in your hair or trade traffic for trailheads? Then you're ready for real summer fun, and Radiant Credit Union is ready to get you there. ATVs, UTVs. If it kicks up dirt and makes your weekend better, Radiant has special loan rates right now with flexible terms and fast approvals. The only thing you'll be waiting on is your friends to catch up. Start your adventure today at radiantcu.org. Loans subject to credit approval. Radiant is federally insured by NCUA.
From the Spurrier's Gridiron Grill Studio, WRUF Gainesville, W251CG Gainesville, WRUF FM HD2, and on the WRUF radio app. This program is paid for by Weeby Marketing. The godfather of Gator Sports Talk Radio has returned.
I'm going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's Sports Scene with Steve Russell. Time to eat some lunch and talk some Gator sports.
Sports Scene with Steve Russell is fueled by Southeast Car Agency and brought to you in part by Gator Trim Light, Campus USA Credit Union, Doreen Weeby Realtor, Fairlife Milk, Domino's Pizza, International Diamond Center, Meldon Law, Miapa Latin Cafe, Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, Quality Plumbing, Sensei Asian Bistro, Ruse Ogra State Farm, Titan MRI and Imaging, the UF Bookstore, Gala Bank, B&D Electric, and the Head Beer Coach 1966 Lager.
Now, here's Steve Russell, right here on WRUF.
It is time to eat some lunch and talk some sports. Welcome into a Monday edition of Sports Scene as you listen on WRUF. Charlie will produce today. Don't forget, an hour of Sports Scene today, then we go on deck. Jeff Cardozo and I will bring you Gator baseball, Gator softball, SEC stuff, MLB. That'll be in the 1 o'clock hour. By the way, I've already gotten some emails about baseball. I will save those for the On Deck show, okay? This way we can both discuss it with you. Let's start with Gator baseball. Had a little flight delay getting home, but we got home early this morning. But, hey, when you win 2 out of 3 on the road, that's certainly a good thing. The Gators did that. We are down now to just two SEC series left. Kentucky this weekend here, then we go to Baton Rouge to end it. Gators softball lost 2 of 3 at Georgia, but they still have sufficient wins to get buys for the SEC tournament, which is being held in Lexington, by the way. And Florida will play on Thursday. It is the first game of the day. That'll be right in the middle of Sports Scene. So we will probably have a Sports Scene after Gator softball that day because it begins at 10:40 Eastern Time. Our broadcast coverage does. Now, as you look at baseball and the regular season standings, there are 5 teams within 1 game of each other. How about that? Georgia, 18-6, leads. They just swept Missouri. A&M is 15-8, so is Texas. Auburn's 14-10, so is Mississippi State. And then the logjam. Alabama, Florida, Arkansas are 13-11. Ole Miss and Oklahoma are 12-12. And then Kentucky and Tennessee are 11-13. The magic number, usually to get to a regional, is 13 league wins. Vanderbilt only has 10 league wins. LSU swept South Carolina. They now have 9 league wins, but they've got to go 4-2 over the last 6, including Florida, to have any kind of shot. South Carolina and Missouri aren't going to make a regional. Their only hope is to win the SEC tournament. Run for the Roses, really, really a fun race to see. And, you know, when you have people that are involved with it that are local with the winning horse, so really, really good. The first female trainer ever to win the Derby as well. Congrats to Joe and Michelle Del Colorio on capturing the Kentucky Derby with Golden Tempo. Their local has something to do with that, and congratulations to all of you who had a chance to pick up that win. That's a pretty cool thing when you have a local tie to a race like that. And it had the highest ratings since they started doing ratings. So that's why we always have my horse racing guy here, right? Because he's pretty good at what he does. All right. Again, we come to you live today from the Gator Trimlight Studio. Remember, they can do anything to make your home look snazzy, man. They can make your pool area look really cool as well. Pool enclosures, businesses, decks, and landscape lighting. They can, if you're in orange and blue, you want that for you can have that lighting too. You can find out more at gatortrimlight.com. We are fueled by Southeast Car Agency. Imagine a business being there for 50 years. That's just about as long as Southeast Car Agency's been doing their thing. The best in late model, low mileage vehicles. Go see the Cousins family. When you do, make sure and tell them Sports Scene sent you. You want to text us anything? Charlie gets that to us. The text line 352-325-3777, brought to you by B&D Electric. They're great people. They're professional. They're reliable. And it's electrical service you can trust. If you have a phone call you want to make, as Daryl's going to do here in a minute, it is on the Titan MRI Imaging phone line. 3 locations in Gainesville, 1 in Lake City to serve you better. Call them for the best MRI, TitanMRI.com. The email, you know it, srussell@wruf.com, presented by International Diamond Center, the official jeweler of the Florida Gators. Quality Plumbing and Domino's Pizza sponsoring this hour of Sports Scene today. When you need a quality plumber, rely on the same company Gainesville's trusted since 1984. That company is Quality Plumbing. And with Domino's, you know this, nobody delivers like Domino's. Whether you're picking up or ordering delivery, fast, just a click away, go to GatorDominoes.com, and that'll happen. And all of our guests, courtesy of our friends at Meldon Law, serving Gator Nation since 1971, Meldon Law won't back down. All right, 392-8255, email srussell@wruf.com. Facebook Live questions, we can get those too. YouTube questions too. Facebook Live questions, courtesy of Ruse Ogre State Farm, your go-to agent in Gainesville for home, casualty, and life insurance. YouTube questions, courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union, founded on the UF campus, serving our community for 90 years. Daryl's up first. Daryl, hey.
Hey, good afternoon, Steve. Steve, I want to make a comment about the Kentucky Derby. It was tradition for me and my late wife to watch that race every year. Steve, she'd get so excited you thought we were at the Daytona 500, her cheering on her favorite NASCAR driver, just jumping up, down, screaming about that horse race. But, you know, I tell you, it was a heck of a race last Saturday. See that horse just coming from nowhere, you know.
When a horse comes from last, with all those horses in the field, to win the dadgum thing, it's really impressive. And give credit to the horse, obviously, but how about to the jockey, too, you know, for maneuvering through all of that. Yeah, heck of a race.
Yeah. Steve, on the Gator baseball, what a weekend, man. What Cade McDonald did Saturday night brought back, you know, to me, is like Caglione or Brad Wilkerson doing what he did.
Yeah, that's one of the best individual games I've seen a Gator player have. And, you know, Cade McDonald's not built the way, you know, that Cags is, but I mean, certainly, you know, they call him Doc because that's what he's, you know, studying to be. And he's a great kid, too. But he did it both on the mound and at the bat. And that's, you know, he lengthens that lineup quite a bit. You know, he's probably not going to stay this hot. No hitter does. But, you know, ride the wave while you can.
Yeah. And, Steve, as far as yesterday, listening to the broadcast, you and Jeff, I have never seen a ball game go like that with the wind blowing. I mean, that one shot, you know, we thought it was foul and it curved back in and it was a home run. I think everybody in the stands is shocked about that.
My first baseball broadcast was 1976, and I cannot ever remember a ball that did what that ball did. it was matter of fact, when Jeff was interviewing Sully, and we did the post-game highlights, which I did, Jeff had the call of that. It was his inning, and he said there's a drive down the right field line, foul. Yep. He said that, and then we both saw the ball curving back, and he said, "Wait a minute," whatever, and it was fair by quite a bit, and I know. Oklahoma's coaching staff argued, and I think they had a beef. But I'm not sure how you'd review it, because when did it go back fair? Right? That was the key. I think they were trying to say that it was already foul and out of play, but hey, it didn't work, and it helped Florida.
Yeah. Steve, I want to make a comment about the broadcast yesterday. I was laughing real hard when you were talking about the lady doing her hand gestures with the kids. God. Yes, that was cracking me up. But Steve, y'all always put a microphone outside the booth, correct?
We
for
do.
The crowd?
Yep.
All right. Yesterday, there's some little kid.
Yep.
You could barely just, ouch, ouch. Lady talking about a cookout. I wanted to scream into the radio broadcast, do I need to bring steaks for this next cookout you're going to? It was cracking me up.
Yeah, the problem sometimes at the venues that we go to is that when you put the mic out, remember, you're not playing on your home field. So there's no mics on the field that we can use, for crowd. So we stick it out the window, and sometimes there are people literally right below it. And that was the case, this time, and there were a bunch of kids down there. But I could tell you stories, and I'll give you a quick one. The loudest PA in the SEC by far is Vanderbilt. That PA just blares. And we put the crowd mic out there, and there was an older lady who was down there, and I was doing the play-by-play at the time, and I said, there's a base hit by whoever it was, so-and-so scores, Vandy now leads 6-4. The lady turned to our booth and just shook her index finger like, okay, we just scored. And I just looked at Jeff like, what in the world is this lady doing here? And I sort of said, but then Florida rallied to win. And I said, well, where's the finger lady now? She's not here. So, yeah, you never know when you go someplace, and, you never know what you're going to hear sometimes.
Yeah, she was telling you and Jeff y'all were number one that day, Steve.
Yep. All right.
All right, have a good day, my man.
Yep, appreciate it. Gator, man, what's up?
Oh, what's going on, Steve? I'm doing pretty good. You doing all right today?
Doing all right.
All right, then. Well, I watched a lot of sports this weekend. I got the top 10 things that opened my eyes this weekend. Number 10, softball, you got to say Oklahoma 1A, Alabama 1B in SEC. Number 9, the Georgia girls can't hit the ball. Number 8, the Florida Gators better get them a number 2 pitcher in a hurry. And number 7, Kate McDonald, A Star is Born. Number 6, just in, the Gators hit another homer. Number 5, O'Sullivan has time to get the ship righted. Number 4, the NBA playoffs is awful. Number 3, ex-Gators in the major leagues are blowing up. Number 2, Tammy Reese is building a heck of a roster on the Lady Gators basketball team. And number 1, Summerall interview says the beast is in the making with the football team. They're on the way back. And, Steve, you have a good day.
Gator, man, thank you. We'll take a break, come back. Bob Herrig, senior writer for Sports Illustrated, is going to talk about Live Golf. What's its future? Will it be in existence? He'll join us next as you listen to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF. Hey, it's Steve Russell for Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville, 310 Northeast 39th Avenue. Friends, they've been in business for 45-plus years, and the Cousins family has done just one thing, but, man, they've done it right. They give you the best alternative you have to purchasing a new vehicle, the best in late-model, low-mileage vehicles. I'm driving one right now, have been for a very long time. They've treated me right. They'll do the same thing for you. Go see them today, Southeast Car Agency in Gainesville.
Everyone knows Gator Trim Light is the go-to for patented permanent holiday lighting. But did you know they do so much more? From pool enclosures and businesses to decks and landscape lighting, they've got you covered. Full color systems, fully programmable, right from your smartphone. Invisible by day, stunning by night. Show off your orange and blue home or landscape with GatorTrimLight.com. That's GatorTrimLight.com. GatorTrimLight.com.
Nobody does catering like P.F. Chang's. Elevate your gathering with our buffet-style catering pans. Packed with bold flavors and generous portions of your favorite dishes, we make it easy to serve and even easier to enjoy. From chopsticks to dessert, everything's ready for pickup or delivered right to your door. Choose individual meals, customizable catering packages, or build your own perfect feast. P.F. Chang's Catering. Your feast perfected. Order now at pfchangs.com/catering.
It's lunchtime and nobody does lunch like Pomodoro Cafe. From Italian dishes to subs and salads, and favorites like their gamberi salento, shrimp, fresh tomatoes, and zucchini sauteed in garlic and oil with penne pasta and Romano cheese.
This is Steve Russell sharing with you one of my favorite lunch spots, Pomodoro Cafe, located in the Spring Hill Publix complex on 39th Avenue near I-75. Enjoy Pomodoro Cafe today.
And don't forget, they cater online at pomodorocafe.com.
Hey, have you ever talked to Ruse Agra over at State Farm?
Oh yeah, Ruse is awesome. Helped me get a ton of coverage for way less than I expected, and he serves all of North Florida. Super friendly too, actually takes time to explain everything.
Really? I thought State Farm would be pricey.
Nope, surprisingly great rates. You get that neighborly service you don't find everywhere. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I might give Ruse at State Farm a call.
You should. Call 352-240-1779 for a free quote. You'll be glad you did.
Individual premiums will vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
Hey, Gator baseball fans, here's a win you can taste. When the Florida Gators take home a victory at Condren Family Ballpark, you win too at Miapa Latin Cafe. The day after every home win, swing by and score a free Cuban coffee, hot or iced, your choice. Just bring your game ticket to any Miapa location and claim your reward within 24 hours of the win. It's that simple. Gators win, you win. Only at Miapa Latin Cafe, serving Gator fans for over 20 years. Play ball!
In a world of big banks, there's only one truly local choice in Gainesville, Gala Bank. Locally owned and operated, Gala Bank is built by people who live here, work here, and care about this community. With over 350 years of combined banking experience, you'll always get trusted guidance and personal service you can count on. And with convenient 7 to 7 hours, Monday through Saturday, banking works around your schedule, not the other way around. Local bank, local people. Gala Bank. Member FDIC.
Connecting with WRUF at Sports Scene just got easier. Call, email, watch on YouTube or Facebook Live. And now text us on the B&D Electric text line at 352-325-3777. That's 352-325-3777. Gator baseball fans, don't miss On Deck with Steve Russell and Jeff Cardoso live every Monday at 1 on WRUF. Get baseball and softball breakdowns, player analysis, and SEC previews. Listen live or anytime on the WRUF app, YouTube, or Facebook. On Deck, it's a hit.
You're listening to Sports Scene with Steve Russell, right here on WRUF, 98.1 FM, 850 AM, and anywhere in the world on the WRUF mobile app.
Yes, I'm stuck in the middle with you.
Jerry Rafferty there, who later on did Baker Street on his own. Great guy. All right, welcome back. We were hoping to have Bob Herrig. I think Bob has gone the way of Live Golf. Can't get him. But hopefully I just texted him and he'll call us back. The other day I talked about Condren Family Ballpark and the atmosphere there. Art emailed. He talks about the Lightning. What are the ramifications when the Bolts get bounced, which they did? They were going to fire the coach. He says it's a clown show. I don't think it's a clown show, but I believe I'm right in this. Montreal won Game 7 by taking 9 shots on goal, which is like the lowest number in like forever, and they still won the game. The Magic, not terribly unexpectedly, fire their coach, even though, again, they can't get out of the first round, and it was pretty telling what Vincero said. he was asked, hey, is your team as it's constructed, good enough to, and he said, probably not. Well, that doesn't help your cause if you're the coach. Joe talked about Condren. The crowds are usually pretty dead. Persons that runs the PA needs to be replaced because the music when played is not music that gets a crowd going. Somebody having to do the Gator cheer music with their mouth is ridiculous. A small pep band like FSU does would be great and shuttle students to the games. Joe, I'm not big on a pep band. I mean, look, you can try different things, right? I'm just not big on a pep band. And students can get, their own way. Isn't it free? So, the price is right. Larry emails, International Diamond Center email. Coach Walton should have left Liv in as the pitcher Friday, but he took her out of the game. Gators were leading 9-2, but unbelievably, inexplicably lost. It happens, Larry. It happens in the big leagues. It happens in college baseball. It happens in college softball. Happens. Now, it happens too much, not a good thing. But over the course of a long season, you're going to have a stinker or two like that. You've expressed concern about the quality of Gator pitching in terms of making a deep run. I couldn't agree more with you. Let me just tell you, though, what's happening here. I see some potentially good things. Barberi may be back this week, and it wouldn't shock me that he would pitch some tomorrow against UNF. If he pitches the way he was pitching before he got hurt, he's an innings eater. You can use him in the middle, use him in the seventh inning. McDonald has been pitching better lately. Obviously, the other day pitched very well. They didn't even have McNeely, who had a tired arm. So if you get those three guys in your bullpen, doing pretty well. Not bad. Both Gator tennis teams got bounced. But I don't know if you saw this. The way that now colleges are funding their teams, it's amazing to me what money is being spent. On3 recently published a story. The floor for a Power 4 roster, football, $15 million. The floor. Ceiling, according to them, pushing $50 million. It's kind of like the NFL in a way. They're paying the higher tier players. Well, if you pay the higher tier players in college, well then, like say you have a 25-person class and you really pay the top, 7, 8 people, what's left for your next group? Quarterback, offensive tackle, edge, and corner are most of the time, the money positions. It's crazy. All right. Come on, people. Let's talk a little sports. See, again, there's no Magic fans today worrying about nothing. No Lightning fans today worried about their future. If you're a Celtics fan, Brian is. Wanted to chat a little NBA as the obituary for my Celtics and Banner 19's been published. Punch to the gut, blowing a 3-1 series lead against the hated Sixers and have them clinch in TD Garden. Now having to endure a second round with your Knicks playing Philly is a Celtics fan's worst nightmare. So he's pulling for me and my Knicks. Good luck. How do you see the series playing out? Philly's very dangerous. They're dangerous, and I love Maxey. I think he's a hell of a player. But Embiid is the guy. Embiid is the guy. If he plays, A, if he's healthy, because he hasn't been, and B, if he doesn't do stupid things, Embiid can be a real problem. And they will have motivation. Sixers will. So, yeah, we will see. All right. We're going to go now to our phone line here, our Titan MRI Imaging phone line, and bring Bob Herrig in to talk about Live Golf, senior writer for Sports Illustrated. Bob, welcome. Thanks for doing this. I guess the first question is Live Golf, as we know it, dead?
Hey, Steve. I'm sorry I'm late to join you today. Yeah, I think you put it perfect. As we know it, I think Live is dead. I think the idea of this extravagant spending and, the excess that they've become known for is over. I mean, there might be some bits of it the rest of this year because they're allegedly still funded this year. But if you're running them and you know that you're going to run out of money and you need to prolong this or try to get more money, you would think you'd want to hoard some of it. And so it'll be interesting to see how they cut back. But yeah, I mean, the $30 million tournaments, huge upfront signing bonuses, massive concerts at events. I think that's over. And how they reconfigure, if they're even able to, is now going to be the story going forward.
The PGA has made it very difficult for players to come back, having to sit out a year. Do you think that will change?
I'm not sure that it will. The tour wants to probably be fair to everybody and, keep in place its rules, which are, that if you compete in unauthorized or conflicting events, there's a penalty to be paid. And, from their standpoint, I think they want to have a precedent out there in case something comes up like this again. They've always had those rules. And some people think they're too restrictive, and that's something that you could probably discuss. But, for the most part, beyond the 15 events that you are required to play, you're allowed to get releases to play in up to 3 of them, but none of them can be in North America. So that went against, the PGA Tour's rules immediately. Once Liv was going to play tournaments in North America, it was going to be, in defiance of regulations. Now whether or not you think that's correct or not is a different issue from those are their rules and they were going to enforce them. So can they bring Bryson and Rahm back? Let's say those guys want to come back next year. My sense is they probably do so under some sort of a similar plan that they offer to Brooks Koepka. And, the other players, Cam Smith as well. The other players don't have exempt status. So, there's really not much of a decision there. They're either going to be allowed to Monday qualify or go to Q school or, some guys might have status they have a career money list exemption that some could utilize. But it's going to be pretty slim, I think, for those guys, which is why if I'm a Live player, and actually if I'm a, kind of a rank and file PGA Tour player, I don't think I want to see Live die. It's more playing opportunities. It's more chances. And if you take that away, that's 50-some professional golfers that no longer have that place to play.
Is there still bad blood among some of the PGA players towards those that defected?
I think in some cases there probably is. I mean, it depends on who you ask. Some of them say, hey, I don't have any problem with the decision they made. That's up to them. I think others probably deep down resent what this did. But, ultimately, if you step back, the players are the ones who've come out ahead in this, both sides. The ones who went to Live and got all the upfront money or got to play for $30 million purses with no cuts, they've done exceptionally well. Even guys at the bottom of that tour. And on the PGA Tour, starting in 2023, there have been these $20 million purses, these signature events. Now there's a player equity program that, in theory will enrich them down the road. They're all making out fine. But, at what cost? I think going forward, it's going to be interesting to see how the PGA Tour, there's been a sense that there needed to be a correction, a market correction, and that the Tour's $8 or $9, $20 million events were not sustainable. And clearly they're not sustainable on LIV when you don't have an unlimited wealth funding them. And the PGA Tour had to go out and get outside investment. They, private equity, they want a return on their investment. At some point, things start to get squeezed, and you just wonder how the tour is going to look going forward. Is it going to be as robust? They've already cut back on a few tournaments, which they have telegraphed they were going to do. But how many more? And what other costs are associated?
Bob Herrick joining us here, senior writer for Sports Illustrated covering the PGA. I got an email here from James, and he said, I'm just a casual follower of the PGA, but I've always wondered what the job is of the Ryder Cup captain. I just saw where Furyk will do it. Can you please ask your guest, what's the job of a Ryder Cup captain?
Yeah, it's a good question because, you could have some fun with that. I mean, what's Jim Furyk supposed to do now?
Yeah.
He's not going to have a team anywhere close to a team in place for a year. Like a year from now, we'll maybe start talking about how this team is shaping up, the point system and all of that sort of stuff. I mean, I've written this many times. I think captains get way too much credit and blame. Like, I'm not sitting here thinking that the U.S. lost because of Keegan Bradley last year. Did he make a bad mistake or two? Possibly, sure. I mean, when you lose, you're always going to second guess some of the pairings or the order or maybe some of your picks. But I just look at the bottom line, and typically what happens is when one side loses, it's because its star players are not as good as the star players on the other side. Scotty Scheffler went 0-4 in the teams. As a group, the U.S. went 1-7. I believe it was 1-7 in foursomes, the alternate shot format. Mm. I mean, they lost the whole thing by 2 points. If you turn one or two of those matches around, it's a different outcome. Is that Keegan's fault? I mean, maybe you can point to one or two of his pairings, possibly. But, I mean, they had Bryson, who didn't have a great Ryder Cup. Patrick Cantlay played 5 matches, which meant they thought that he was going to be one of their stars. He only went 1-3-1. You turn a loss into a tie, and you turn a tie into a win, and all of a sudden in the Ryder Cup that makes a huge difference. So, what does the captain do? I mean, I think he needs to obviously be respected, and there needs to be some camaraderie and some continuity, and obviously the players probably want to have trust in him that he's going to, put them in the best position. But it's a 3-day event. It's not a season long where you can criticize the play calling of an offensive coordinator or nitpick the decisions of a manager going to his bullpen. It's 3 days. And at some point you have to kind of expect that the players step up and do that job. And on the U.S. side, they've had trouble doing that.
No question. Where can people see your work?
SI.com is the best place. I got a book coming out tomorrow. I think you've mentioned some of my books in the past, But I've got one out. It's called Tiger v. Jack, golf's great debate, and I really do think it is a fun debate that I kind of try to dive into, and I hope people enjoy it.
All right, hope so too, and wish you luck with the book. Always appreciate your time, Bob. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Steve. I appreciate it.
You got it. Bob Herrick, been covering PGA for a long time. Take a break. Coming back, I'm going to tell you an SEC men's basketball team that is spending $15 million to assemble a roster. I'll tell you who that team is next. You're listening to Sports Scene, coming to you live from the Gator Trim Light Studio, fueled by Southeast Car Agency on WRUF.
Gator baseball is in full swing, and the road to Omaha runs through WRUF.
It's never fun being injured. And with summer on the way, the last thing you want is lingering pain holding you back. Good news. You don't have to deal with long waits or high costs at Titan MRI and Imaging. At Titan MRI and Imaging, you're not just another patient. You're treated with care in a comfortable, personal setting. With 2 locations in Gainesville and 1 in Lake City. Being pain-free is a short drive away. And they accept insurance. So don't sit out this summer. Get the scan you need and get back to enjoying it. Visit TitanMRI.com to learn more.
International Diamond Center's values are so compelling, it's not unusual to see people here that are not local.
Every day, we have people that drive an hour and a half, even 2 hours.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire.
People are willing to drive because they've heard it's not a typical jewelry store.
For example, did you know IDC has one of the largest selections of luxury pre-owned Rolexes in America?
You're going to want to come to IDC. It's worth the drive.
International Diamond Center in Celebration Point and online at shopidc.com.
Every great team is built on a solid game plan, sharp execution, and total trust in the crew beside you. At Quality Plumbing, we bring that same championship mindset to every job we do. For over 40 years, we've been the starting lineup for homes and businesses across North Central Florida, delivering reliable service, expert craftsmanship, and big wins for our customers. Call us today or visit qualityplumbing.com. We're your first string team. License number CFC 043073.
By now, you've heard about the Florida Legends Experience in Gila, featuring Gator Heisman greats Tim Tebow, Danny Werfel, and Steve Spurrier all in one place at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Imagine catching a pass or taking a handoff from a Heisman winner, all while supporting Isaiah 117 to help provide safe, loving homes for children in need. Then enjoy an unforgettable evening at the Gala, filled with great food and lasting memories. Don't miss this historic event. Find out how you and your business can get involved at FLLegends.com. That's FLLegends.com.
Thursdays just got a whole lot better. At Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, it's prime rib night, and it's everything you've been craving. We're talking slow-roasted, perfectly seasoned USDA prime rib, carved just the way you like it, served with a jumbo loaded baked potato and all the classic fixins. Simple, legendary, done right. This isn't just dinner, it's a weekly tradition. And hey, you asked, the head ball coach delivered. Join us every Thursday for premium prime rib night at Spurrier's Gridiron Grill. Come hungry, leave legendary.
There are plenty of realtors in town, but few work as hard, respond as quickly, or care as deeply as Doreen Wiebe of Caldwell Banker MM Parish. Community-driven and client-focused, Doreen will work with you to ensure your satisfaction. Whether you're buying or selling, she brings persistence, preparation, and heart to every deal. With Doreen, you're not just another transaction. You're a priority. Call 352-562-1411. That's 352-562-1411.
It's game day. Lights on, fans ready, everything running like it should. Now imagine your home performing at that same level. No flickering lights, no tripping breakers, no last-minute surprises. With B&D Electric, your home's electrical system is always game day ready. From repairs and lighting to panel upgrades and troubleshooting, they deliver reliable service you can count on every time. Don't sit on the sidelines. Schedule your service today at www.bdelectric.com. That's bdelectric.com.
Foodies, this is not a drill. Sensei Asian Bistro is now open in Celebration Point, right next to Spurrier's Gridiron Grill, and it's bringing bold Japanese French fusion flavors you won't find anywhere else. We're talking smoked New York strip, rich matcha curry, melt-in-your-mouth Chilean sea bass, and the fan-favorite Chunggang chili chicken. Feeling adventurous? Dive into fresh crudo oysters or treat yourself to A5 Wagyu tataki. Add in handcrafted cocktails, and you've got your next night out covered. Sensei Asian Bistro. Come hungry, leave impressed.
Your only home for Gator baseball is WRUF 98.1 FM, 850 AM. Your home for Gator sports.
Don't forget that guy, Cardozo, and this guy, Russell, come your way at 1 o'clock with the On Deck Show. We'll talk baseball, softball, MLB, all coming up at 1 o'clock. All right, I teased this. The team that reportedly has spent north of $15 million to acquire talent in the SEC, Tennessee. They just got a kid from Wake Forest who apparently commanded $5 million, according to his, or not his agent, but according to what the agent's asking price was. Remember, Tennessee's never been to a Final Four. Rick Barnes has once, but not with Tennessee. So that's a lot of money. And Louisville and Tennessee, in terms of the portal, have really done a nice job, most people believe. All right, let's go to our Titan MRI Imaging phone line. Bernard, hello.
Hey, Steve, I was going to see that 6'7" kid, I guess, from Wake Forest. Everybody wanted that kid. He got him $5 million. Wow. Hey, NBA basketball, Steve, you breaking news to me. I expected it, but you hate when it happened. The Magic fired Jamal Mosley today. Not surprising. Didn't Banchero drive the bus? So didn't he throw everybody under the bus after the game yesterday, Steve?
He didn't throw everybody. I think he was just asked, do you think this roster, as it's constructed, can win a championship? And he kind of said no. I mean, he was just being honest.
Yeah, Steve, I live in Orlando. After you mentioned that, I went to ESPN.com and I saw the story. They talked about Banchero, Wagner, Jalen Suggs, and all those guys missing games that kind of hampered the development of the team. They talking about Billy. Steve, you're going to find out the Magic do a lot of great things in the community. Sometimes you have to separate community from the organization. You're going to find out about this organization, Steve, because believe me, the basketball coach is not the only problem that they have. The roster, we'll find out are they serious about basketball going forward. And Stephen, I said this thing earlier, and I think you may have disagreed with me. You didn't see it. I saw it. I saw Franz Wagner's contract averages $40 million a year. He's been out plenty of games with a calf injury, and he's an international player. He likes to play for Germany during the summer months. There's no way in hell if I'm with the Magic, he plays for Germany this summer. You need to get ready to play 65 or more games with the Magic next year. It's a shame the number of games that these guys miss from injuries. Then it falls on the head coach, Steve. And the NBA playoffs going to the second round, Steve, is about to get good. Steve, for some reason, I'm liking your New York Knicks. I believe in Mike Brown probably more than you do, and I think Jalen Brunson is a franchise player. It would not surprise me if they take Philadelphia, Steve. You take care and have a great one, okay?
Okay, thank you. No, it wouldn't surprise me either. But unfortunately, the Knicks should be in Missouri. They need to show me that they can do it. And Philly's a dangerous team. D will talk about that, I'm sure. Hey, D.
Oh, Steve. Rick Barnes, surely all that money they're spending, they'll get to a Final Four this year. I'm like you. Tennessee needs to be in Missouri. They need to show me first.
Yep.
NBA playoffs for sure, Steve. Bernard was just talking about Orlando. Steve, Game 6 was the killer, man. You missed 23 consecutive shots. I think they only scored 8 points in the fourth quarter, and they were done, man. You just can't come back from that. And then you got to go to Detroit and try to win the game. And credit Detroit, man. They cranked up their defense. Every pass was contested. They were picking up full court. They were rebounding. I mean, Orlando missed a lot of shots, but Detroit was defending. And I think Pablo Banchero yesterday, he basically put the organization on notice. Either you improve this team, or I'm going to ask for a trade, or when my contract gets up, I'm leaving. So I think that's what that was all about yesterday.
The way this whole thing happened, I really tend to side more with coaches than players. And I'll tell you why. You can't fault a player unless he's out of shape for being hurt, right? That's part of the game. But the truth is, the Magic had 3 of their best players miss a ton of time this year because of injuries. Okay? And look, Banchero was part of that. So was Suggs. So was Wagner. So is that on the coach? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you can't fire those players. You can fire a coach, and I get that. And maybe there's more to this, in terms of chemistry. But we saw how well the Magic played until they collapsed, right? So, I think this team, this much I will say. I think when those trades were made and they spent all that money and expended all those draft picks, right, the expectation was we're going to go farther than what they went. That's what cost this coach's job.
Yeah, I mean, you can't blow a 24-point second half in a closeout game at home. You just can't do it. So, but I got to get on my Celtics, Steve. Just a disgrace, man. You up 3-1. You up 13 points in the second half in Game 5. And Steve, in this era with Tatum and Brown, they just become so complacent. There's no urgency or any desperation to win. They've lost 18 home games since 2022, Steve, in the playoffs. And the Garden used to be almost impossible to win at. But they're losing. Last year they lost to the Knicks, blowing 2 20-point leads at home. This year they lost 3 more home games because they continue to jack up these threes, and the coach makes no adjustment, and they're home again. 3 of the last 4 years they've been favored to come out of the East, and they've only won 1 championship. And they're just blowing the 2 great players. They're blowing this era. They're going to look back and say we could have done more, but we didn't because we keep blowing it.
Yeah, and I know it kind of rings hollow too. I don't know if you saw what Jaylen Brown said.
That excuse is nonsense.
Yeah. I mean, look, I looked this up. He was called for 10 offensive fouls in the series, and he does what a lot of players do. He uses his off arm a lot.
Yep.
To create space. What NBA player doesn't? But, I mean, sometimes you can do it more egregiously and get caught. So, I don't know. And then he called out Embiid, for the referees not calling stuff. That's a loser's mentality. That is.
Yep. So congratulations to Philly, man. They that should be a good series with your Knicks, man. I'm looking forward to that.
Like I said, D, they're when they play again, like anybody else. When the Knicks played well, they blew the Hawks out of the water. Okay, the Knicks can do that too, but the Sixers are capable of that too. And I love Maxey, but to me, Embiid is the dude. If he plays the way he's capable of playing, he's a matchup nightmare, and he will cause problems. I think he's the whole key to the series for Philly. I really do.
Yep, and Paul George has turned back the clock 10 years.
He has
Amazing.
to play a lot better. No question.
Yep. Be good, Steve.
All right, D, thank you. We'll take a break, come back, wrap up the first hour. Then we will have the On Deck Show coming your way. Don't forget to check out our daily clip of the day on WRUF, Facebook, and YouTube at WRUF Home of the Gators, brought to you by our friends at Fairlife Milk. And it's not too late. Don't forget, any questions you have here, YouTube, Facebook Live questions courtesy of Ruzog State Farm, YouTube questions courtesy of Campus USA Credit Union, and you can also text us 352-325-3777 on the B&D Electric text line. You're listening to Sports Scene on WRUF.
When the late, great Charlie Daniels would need a place for jewelry he could trust, he turned to International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange.
Hi, I'm Charlie Daniels, and I live in Tennessee, but when I get ready to do something serious about jewelry or a gift for my wife or somebody, I always get in touch with the folks at International Gold and Diamond Exchange here in Gainesville. There's a lot of reasons for that. One reason is they sell nothing but the best.
Find out what Charlie was talking about for yourself at International Gold, Diamond, and Watch Exchange at 3440 West University Avenue and online at igdwex.com.
Gator Nation, did you know the UF Bookstore, located right inside the University of Florida's Rights Union, is more than just textbooks? That's right. Gear up with officially licensed Gator merchandise from top brands like Nike, Peter Lamar, Lululemon, Columbia, Tommy Bahama, Apple, and more. From game day to every day, we've got the styles Gators love. Stop by the Florida Bookstore at Rights Union. The Florida Bookstore, where Gators shop.
Go Gators! After you work out, you can feel worn out. Reach for core power and rise to a whole new level of recovery. Protein to build muscle. electrolytes to help hydrate, the nutrition you need to power on. Champion your recovery with Core Power.
We all know the most exciting thing that can happen during a baseball game is a grand slam. Leave it to Davis Gainesville Chevrolet GMC and the Florida Gators to make it even more exciting. This year, at any SEC home game here in Gainesville, if the baseball or softball team hits a grand slam in the 4th inning, someone will win a 2-year lease on a brand new 2026 Chevy Trax. It's happened before. Will you be the next to win? Davis Gainesville Chevrolet and the Florida Gators. Now that's a hit.
Are you ready to raise your game when it comes to your Gators gear? Head over to Alma Mater in Gainesville. You'll find just what you need to rep your team in style. From one-of-a-kind Gator tees and hats to NIL gear, they've got the perfect Gator swag for every fan in all kinds of weather. Whether it's game day or any day, you'll be winning with officially licensed apparel found nowhere else. Locally owned, locally produced. Alma Mater, in-store at the corner of 34th and University or online at almamaterdesign.com.
Concrete is tough, long-lasting, durable, and when it's done right, it's the foundation of everything that stands strong. At Silverback Concrete, we don't just pour concrete, we build trust one slab at a time. We're a family-led team of heavy concrete specialists who sweat every detail, from footers to elevated decks. We respect your budget, we build to last, and we care about the people on the job today and those who will walk these floors tomorrow. You stand on it, we stand by it. Silverback Concrete, we've got your back. Visit silverbackconcrete.co to get started.
For more than 50 years of quality service, Archer Electric Service Company has been Gainesville's choice for residential and commercial electrical work. Whether you need wiring, repairs, or backup generator installation, we treat every client like family with professional, clean, dependable service. Don't wait for the storm or the flicker to remind you. Visit ArcherElectricService.com today for a free consultation and see why we've been Gainesville and the surrounding area's most trusted electricians for decades.
Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference between a minor sprain and a significant issue. The team at UF Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine provide expert orthopedic care with locations in Gainesville and Ocala for everything from walk-in treatments to specialized surgeries and complex cases. Choose the providers who care for Team USA. Visit ufhealth.org/orthoexperts to learn more. Proud provider for the U.S. Olympic and Paralympic Medical Network.
Overheard at the Hard Rock Bet Party.
Meta World Peace, what's up, man?
Nah, that's not my name anymore, thanks to Hard Rock Bet.
We're doing this again, are we?
Now I go by Meta over rebounds, under assists, Meta the first basket, free throw, piece.
Huh, so you really can same-game parlay practically anything now on Hard Rock Bet.
It's the only place I play these days.
Download the Hard Rock Bet app and start playing today. Hard Rock Bet, roll with us.
Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida, must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about your gambling? Call or text 1-833-PLAY-WISE.
From the UF Weather Center, here is your WRUF weather update.
After our comfortable day, temperatures will fall to around 60 degrees overnight. It will feel rather warm on our Tuesday with highs reaching 88 degrees. We trade in the 80s for 90s on Wednesday and Thursday. There will be a few scattered showers around during the end of the work week, but most of us will stay dry with increasing wildfire dangers. From the WFT Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Andrew Wolfak.
The Tailgate with Jeff Cardozo and Zach Almoverdi. Weekdays at 4, right here on WRUF.
All right, let's see here. YouTube question, Jim, you think the Mosley firing was fair? Yes, I do, because there was more expectation. I think he knew that. I'm a Pelicans fan. Hope for everything we don't hire him, especially after that collapse. I'd rather hire Rondo. Art on YouTube, how do you lose a game when you have 29 shots on goal? Don't even blame Vasilevsky. Some of those defensive shifts let the Canadians live in the zone. Watching John Cooper lose is a real treat. I enjoy it. And then Facebook Live question brought to you by Ruzoker State Farm. You think Billy Donovan might be interested in the Magic opening? Yes, I do. I do think he'd be interested. I don't know that. I've not spoken to him, but I think he is. International Diamond Center email is Drew. I'm a Magic fan. What's there to say? Knew we'd lose the series as soon as Wagner was announced to have a calf strain. Disappointed, but not surprised. A text from Jack. what are the chances Donovan is hired? I think the chances are good that he's hired. Byron, I got 1 minute. Go.
Oh, Steve, I've been out, except for Bernard's call, so I enjoyed that about Franz Wagner. I agree, and I'm with you with Mosley. Steve, our Knicks, you notice our Knicks. I'm on the bandwagon hanging on at the back, Steve, but, hey, it's getting good. I think the Knicks, Steve, we might have made it, man, because I don't know, but what you think about Philly real quick? You think Joel Embiid done made a comeback and we can handle it with the big men?
I think he's the key to the series. I think Embiid, when he's right and his head's right and he's healthy, he's a load. It's a tough matchup for the Knicks. But I'm looking forward to this. And the Sixers certainly have motivation after the Knicks bounced them. So we'll see.
Steve, real quick, I'm going to get off here. We all could have won 3 games, late inning pitching, and I'm not calling nobody out, Steve. I like where we headed. I think it's going to be tough, but the Gators can pull it off. Steve, I picked the Knicks, Detroit, San Antonio, Oakland. Seem like a genius, but I never know what I'm doing. But I know this much. Go Gators!
All right, Byron. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right. That's our first hour. Our second hour will consist of Jeff Cardozo and moi bringing you the On Deck Show. We'll talk baseball, softball, Major League Baseball. All of that is coming your way next. Thanks to Charlie for producing Sports Scene this hour. You're listening to WRUF. Come back and join us for the On Deck Show.
Your home for the Tampa Bay Rays is WRUF.
Want to get your brand noticed? At